life so you can thrive. Today I want to speak to you about my experience of fibromyalgia so far, and hopefully give you some tips that you can use that will help you to make a difference in your life. About a year and a half ago, I made a video called my experience of fibro so far. I'll link it down below, and people really resonated with it. So I thought that a year and a half on, given that I've made so much progress and I feel so much better, I really want to share with you my understanding of the condition now and how this understanding has helped me to make certain lifestyle changes, and I really hope it can help you. There's 4 areas I'm going to focus on, and the first one is cell metabolism. As I told you in the last video, I was in agony, and if you have fibro, you know what I'm talking about. It feels a lot like a slow death sentence. You're in agony all the time, you have very little energy, and you run out of energy fast. And because of these things, your world becomes small. It's very difficult to create the life you want, to have the kind of relationships you want, the career you want. It's your kind of all your energy is going into just surviving at that point. I got to a point where I just could not take it anymore, and I wanted a solution. I stopped looking for a magic cure. I think that was one of the biggest turning points for me. I think that I had spent too much of the first few years looking for some kind of miracle cure, and I learned that there's no such thing. My urgency to get over this condition and to get better caused me to just research like crazy. I'm quite a researcher. I research every day. I love it. I'm sure a lot of you do too. And what I learned about fibro, one of the things I learned about fibro is that it has a lot to do with the metabolism of our cells. So basically, the mitochondria, which are the energy centers of our cells, become clogged full of crap, so they can't work efficiently. So you constantly end up in energy debt. Your body needs energy to heal, to process food, to move, but because of all the crap, all of the pollutants, all of the excess stuff that we really don't need in our food, in the air, or in certain beauty products, whatever, like not just beauty products, even like laundry detergents and stuff, our cells become bogged down by all this rubbish. So one of the things I did that's had a massive impact on the way that I feel is I changed my diet. I'll link a video to my what I eat in a day video, I'll link it below so that you can get an idea of my diet. So basically I stripped my diet down to basic, and basic meaning I focused on whole foods. Okay, so I focused on vegetables and fruit, and I cut out gluten, dairy, and refined sugar. And I'm not telling you that this diet, because it works for me, will work for you. Basically what I did was I stripped it down to basic and gave myself a few weeks just doing the basic diet, and then I slowly reintroduced stuff and saw how my body responded. And what I found is that if I eat gluten, I'm out. Like, that just sends me into flare-up stage, and it can flare me up for weeks and weeks and weeks, even a teeny tiny amount. So gluten is out of my diet. Refined sugar, just if you do the research, you find it's a drug. It creates an acidic state within your body. You know, if you have fibro, that your body feels extremely acidic. Okay, your muscles feel like there's acid within them. So I cut this out, and I only choose to have unrefined sugar on rare occasions, so that I'm still like, you know, participating in like delicious treats when I feel like. But the truth is, you can have so many delicious treats without having sugar. Dairy tends to like slow me down, and I just function better without it. This might be something that is helpful for you. So another thing that I learned about the condition is that our nerves are hypersensitive. So they're hypersensitive to sensation, and the sensation is being interpreted as pain as opposed to neutral or even pleasure. What I did and still do is I meditate to rewire my brain to shift sensation to neutral or to not judge sensation so fast. This takes practice. You need to dedicate time to it, and you need to do it repeatedly. This isn't going to work after once, but I will link a useful meditation below that you can use to help you get into the practice of meditating, so that your body can start shifting to receiving sensation. Another way that you can retrain your brain is also to be choiceful of the sensations that you receive. So be more choiceful of the touch that you want and the touch that you don't want. Say no to what you don't want. Also, keep warm if cold triggers you. Just kind of take care of yourself. Listen to the sensations. Listen to when it's painful, so that you know what your body doesn't like, and you can stop giving yourself that repeatedly, or you can take a break. So another thing that my experience and my research led me to is the concept of energy. What I found in myself was that I tried to do everything. I tried to always do everything I could, and in the best way possible, always trying not to let people down. And basically what I found was that I was just spreading myself way too thin. And so my body was just never having enough time to recover, never having enough time to heal. Something I did was I took like a specific amount of time, and I said, I took like 3 months, and I said, I'm dedicating this time just to healing my body. So I made it a point every day to rest, and I also made it a point to go to physio and to do gentle exercise like yoga. That was when I began doing yoga. If you don't have a clear vision for your life, so if you don't know, for example, that you want to develop a business, or if you want to travel the world, like whatever, you need to create a vision, and then your energy needs to serve that vision. If you are not clear of what you want in your life, you will spend your life reacting and responding to everyone else's demands, and that just sucks away your energy. So when your vision is clear, then you can channel your energy towards creating that vision. And that vision, because it's something you actually want to live, will nourish you and fulfill you. So it will be something that you give the energy towards, and then it gives energy back, as opposed to just responding to other people's demands, which can be extremely draining. So what helped me to do this is stuff like journaling, asking myself, what's most important to me, what's the most important thing I need to focus on, where do I want to be in 3 years, what do I imagine for my life. But the most helpful thing I found is having a coach or a therapist who helps you to get super clear. I've actually created a system called lifestyle strategy sessions, which help you to do exactly this. These sessions help you to create a vision for your life, so that you channel your energy towards this vision and you take action towards creating it, whilst also focusing on healing and integrating, so that you have the energy to create your vision. Because if you don't have energy, you're not going to create anything. So healing is super important. So the healing part takes me on to my next point. The fourth thing that I learned about fibromyalgia is that everything that we do in life, every symptom we experience, is meeting a need. The body gets sick to let us know that something's off balance. And our bodies and our psychology are completely interrelated. This mind-body dualism that Western medicine often teaches us is bullshit. If your body is stressed, your mind is stressed, and if your mind is stressed, your body is stressed. There is no separation. If you feel unwell and your doctor tells you it's just stress, your doctor's an idiot, and you need to find a different doctor. Yes, it's stress, but your symptoms are not a figment of your imagination. Your symptoms are real. The cure is in the wound. You need to listen to the symptom to understand it. So for example, I tend to get a lot of throat pain. I need to listen to it. Usually it's telling me, go slower, take a break, relax, let someone else handle stuff for a while. And it's when I listen to it that then the pain starts to ease. And it doesn't mean I stay that way forever, because I love to be in control and I love to make things happen and I love to go fast, and I come back, but then the pain comes again and it's like, okay, now I need to let go again. It's really about dancing with the pain. It's not about fearing it. In a way, I'm extremely grateful for the pain, because it really does let me know when I need to slow down and when I need time to heal and to integrate. I'm such a go-getter. I so love to work and I love to go, and I could easily work all day long every day, and that tends to be what I do. But that's gonna leave me completely out of balance, right? So in a way, the pain is my best friend, because it lets me know, like, hey, it's time to sit down and read a book. It's time to like get under a blanket and watch a movie. You know, it's okay. But something that I've learned is that every behavior and every symptom that we experience meets a need. Fibromyalgia is a learned behavior. Don't misunderstand me. This does not mean that it is not real, okay? Asthma is a learned behavior. IBS is a learned symptom. Don't misunderstand me. This does not mean that what you're experiencing isn't real or that you created it. That's not how we work. What I'm trying to say is that getting sick always meets some kind of need. And I'm not saying that you choose to get sick. You obviously didn't. You would obviously choose not to be sick. I definitely would have. But what I'm saying is that there's usually some kind of underlying belief structure that stops you from meeting a need in a constructive way. So you've learned to meet the need in a destructive way. For example, if I'm really sick, then people see me. Maybe your parents gave you more attention when you were sick because they were, you know, so busy and it was difficult for them to slow down. But when you got really sick, they slowed down and they stayed with you. So maybe it became like a learned behavior, you know, like, oh, okay, so if I get sick, and it's not that you'll fake the sickness, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that your body will get sick so that you can meet that need. You can meet the need for connection. Another belief might be, if I'm sick, then I can say no to stuff I don't want to do, right? So maybe there's a belief in there that you don't believe you're allowed to say no to stuff that you don't want, which obviously you are. You know, maybe you don't believe you're allowed to quit your job that you don't like so that you can pursue a passion that you've been dying to do, or maybe you don't believe you're capable. Getting sick gives you a break from the job or from certain relationship demands that you don't want to have to do. What I'm saying is it's very helpful to learn how the sickness takes care of you, how the sickness is trying to protect you, what it's trying to tell you. Because when you understand what needs the sickness is trying to meet, then you have choice and you can choose to meet those needs in a more constructive way, in a way that doesn't destroy you, in a way that you don't have to get sick to meet that need. For example, if mine was, and I'm not saying it is, but if my belief was, if I'm really sick, then people see me and acknowledge me, then my focus can shift to I see me, I acknowledge what I need, and I give priority and value to what I need. You know what, when I meet my needs, then I am more available for other people, I'm more balanced, I'm happier, right? I can do a more effective job. So let's say the belief is, if I'm really sick, then I can say no to what I don't want. Then I can shift my belief to I can say no to anything I don't want, and I'm still totally worthy of love. I'm still totally lovable. And I'm not saying the switch happens like this, it doesn't. Okay, so just like your brain would have learned to meet your need over a long period of time. Okay, so I'm going back to childhood, okay? This was not something you chose consciously, this happened unconsciously. And just like the brain took years to learn this, it's gonna take time to unlearn it. And you also need support with it, so you need help to see the links, to understand the need you're meeting, so that you can have awareness, and then you can choose and experiment with meeting your needs in a different way, in a more constructive and creative way. Therapy is extremely helpful for this. So lifestyle strategy sessions, since they have a therapeutic element, this is part of it. So just to recap, there are 4 areas that I learned are extremely important in learning to cope with fibromyalgia. One is cell metabolism, so it's adjusting your diet so that you have the best fuel possible, and not just get you through your life, but to have energy for life, to have energy to create the life you want. The second is nerve hypersensitivity. Your nerves are hypersensitive and are interpreting every sensation as painful. So it's important to rewire your nervous system to be more open to different sensations and to not automatically interpret them as painful. Sometimes a sensation is neutral, and you know what? Sometimes a sensation is pleasurable, but you need to be able to see it. You need to be open to it. So meditation is super helpful in this. Okay, and being more choiceful of the touch that you receive. 3, energy. Spreading yourself too thin, it's gonna kill you. So you need to create a clear vision of what you want in your life and focus your energy towards living that vision, being that vision, that it's no longer just a dream, but this is your life, because that will fuel you, that will nourish you, that will fulfill you. It will give you more energy to keep going. And 4, the learned behavior. So gain understanding of the need that fibromyalgia is meeting for you. Every single person in this world has behaviors and symptoms that meet needs for them. This is just the psychological component of illness, and it's the psychological component of every single illness. Parkinson's, MS, cancer. It's okay, like, don't worry about it. It's normal. What I'm saying is that when you start to apply these 4 concepts to your life will begin to shift, and it will become much less painful, much more enjoyable, and much more fulfilling. I hope that this video was helpful. Please leave a message below and tell me how this video was valuable to you, what you're taking from it, what you want to remember. I look forward to dialoguing with you in the comments and to getting to know you better. I wish you a healthy, happy, and fulfilling life. See you soon. With love.
It's gonna be me, gonna be me. That's fine, it's a better way.